In this video, we will learn how you can automatically create a task in timing from new rows in Google Sheets. So let's say you want every time new details are added in Google Sheets, a task should be created in timing. So we are going to automate this entire process using Pabbly Connect. Come to my screen to see how we do this. To automatically create tasks in timing from Google Sheets, let us first go to Pabbly's website. You can see the landing page of Pabbly. On the top right, you can see two options, sign in and sign up free. Well, if you sign up free, you will get free tasks every month. So do not forget to sign up. Since we already have an account, we will just sign in. Pabbly Connect. On top right, you will see a create workflow button. It will ask you to name. We will simply write Google Sheets to timing. Create. Now you will see two windows here, trigger and action. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. So our entire automation would be based on these two steps, trigger and action. Let us understand this with the help of an example. A trigger can be when a payment is made, an action can be send a confirmation message to a user. In our case, a trigger can be whenever a new row is added or updated in Google Sheet, the action can be using the same details, create a task in timing. So let us begin and select Google Sheets as our trigger application. For the trigger event, we will select new or updated spreadsheet row. Now let us copy this. This is a URL. A URL is basically a link that connects two applications. So we will copy this URL and follow these steps written over here. So as to how we will set up the integration, how we will set up this URL in our Google Sheets. So I'll take you to my Google Sheets. Here it is, like you can see, the name is timing and these are the details. This is a project title, this is the description. So using these details, I want a task should be created in timing, okay? So now on the top, you will see extensions. Click there, come down to Pabbly Connect webhooks and initial setup. Now you will see a section called webhook URL here. So just paste the URL that we copied from here, okay? Now for the trigger column, that would be our last column here. In my case, it is column B. So I'm going to select column B. So what will happen is the moment the information or any data is entered in column B here in this trigger column, Pabbly will capture the response of the entire row, okay? So now let us just click on send test. And you will see test data sent successfully. I'll close it and I'll show you here. You will see Pabbly has captured the response. We will discuss this in detail just a second later. First, I will quickly take you again to my Google Sheets and now go back to extensions. Again, come down to Pabbly Connect webhooks. This time, instead of initial setup, we are going to select send on event. So what will happen is, now whenever a new row is added or updated here in Google Sheet, Pabbly will capture the response, okay? So coming back to Pabbly, you can see Pabbly captured this response here. Project title was video. Then description was post all integration videos on social media like it was written here in our sheet. So this means we have successfully integrated our Google Sheets with Pabbly. Now on to our action step. So we will take timing here. For the action event, we will select create task as we want every time a detail or row is added here in Google Sheets, a task should be created here in timing. Let us connect, add new connection. And now it needs tokens. For that, I'll take you to my timing account and we will follow this path, integrations and API keys, okay? This is my dashboard of my timings account. You can see, stay on the left hand side and in the integrations you will see API key section. Just click there. And now come to the top right corner. Here you will see a create new key button. So it will ask you to name. We will simply write, let me correct the casing, test and create. So here is the key. Like you can see, we are simply going to copy the key, close, and come back to Pabbly and paste the key. We will save it now. And you will see it's connected. It has auto fetched the project, parent project name. So we had this project here, two projects here, Connect integration and test. We will be using this Connect integration. So I've selected this here. Now we need title. So for that, we will go to our Google Sheets and right on the top, you will find project title, that is videos. But before we map this, you must be thinking where exactly are we getting these details from? So for that, I will take you to step 1 where we integrated Google Sheets and Pabbly and we did a test submission here. This was the entry and Pabbly captured the response after we set up a webhook URL. So this is the exact same response that Pabbly has brought here in the timing section and that's how we are going to map it. So we'll map the title here. Then parent project, like I told you, we'll be working with this Connect integration. Now it needs start date. So for the start date, if you will see, we do not have anything in our Google Sheets. Why? Because in timing, it needs the current date as the start date or maybe the previous. So for that, we are going to scroll above, add a step in between, and use date time formatter. Here is date time formatter. The action event, we are going to select current date because it will retrieve the current date here. Let us connect and it's connected. So now it needs the format. So let's see what format does it need. The start date needs to be in this format, that is year, month, date, space and timing. So let's see what is the closest format that we can get here. Okay, let me select. Okay, this is the one, year, month, date. Then there is hour, minutes and second. Okay, this is the closest that we can get. Let us take this and save and send test request. And you will see this is the date time that it has given. Year, month, date, and then there is T and then the timing. So this is giving the date, the timing in UTC format, but don't worry. The time, when we add this in our timing action here, so in the timing software, it will automatically convert the date in Asia Kolkata format. All right. So now we got the date, we got the current date and time. But the problem here is the formats are not exactly same. Like you can see here, after the date here, there is T. Okay. And what we want here is after the date, we want a space and then timing should start. So let us again add a step in between. Use text formatter. For the action event, we will take split text, connect. Okay, so the text to split would be this date. And what we want is we want to split the date and time. All right. We want the date and time to be splitted that are currently joined by T. Therefore, we will be using T as the separator. For the segment index, we will select all as I want both date and time. All right. So I'm just going to click on save and send test request and you will see it has splitted the date for us as well as the timing for us. Now can we map this? Let's see in the format. Yes, we have date, we have timing. However, the only problem here is you can see there is this +00 this and that is not as per our format. So what we will do is we are going to remove this part. So to fit this in as per our format. Again, we will add an action step. Again, we will select text formatter. And again, we are going to split it. Connect. Now what we want to split is, we want to split this. Okay. So the separator would be plus y because I want to split this time split this entire time, okay, from plus. So I'm going to use plus here as the separator. Now for the segment index, I will just select first. Why? Because I just need the part before plus sign, the first part. So I'm going to click on save and send test request, and you will see we got the time here. Now coming back to timing, we are going to reconnect. Why? Because we added these two steps. You can see these text formatter steps in between. And so to get the updated details over here, to get the updated details here, we will be reconnecting. Like I'll show you, if I click here, you won't see any steps over here, right? That's because we added these steps in between. Now let's reconnect. We will go with existing connection as we are already connected to timing. Let us save. And now when I click here, you will see all these steps that we added in between. So let's see. The start date has to be in this format. Year, month, date, hour, minute, second. Okay. So here is our date. You will find year, month, and date. Then after date, there is a space if you can see here. So we are going to give a space. Now we'll go to last step, text formatter step, and we will map the timing, which is in hour, minute, second format. And we got our start date. Now for the end date, what we are going to do is, the format remains the same. We are just going to add one day. And so we are going to keep it automatic. Let's say if the start date is 24th September, we want the end date to be 25th September, just one day after the start date. So let us automate this. Add an action step. Now here we will add date time formatter. And here we will select add subtract time to change the date or time. Connect. And now we will enter the date time format in the format which we require. Okay, so we want our start date was in this format. That was date was here, year, month, date, space, and then timing. So exactly same we are going to map it. This is, I'm going to take my date here, give a space and timing. So I want that the end date should automatically be one day after my current date, after my start date. Okay. So that's why I've given my date here. Now the expression, let's see, what do we want? Provide the amount of time you would like to add or subtract to the date. Like if you want 8 hours more than this, so we will just write plus 8 hours. Okay, so what I want is, I want just one day more plus 1 day. Okay, I just want the end date should be the next day from my start date. All right. So this is the one. Now let's select the format. Let me search using year, month and date. So the closest we can get, so this is the one, this is the format, to format. We want this in, we want the end date to be in this format. Okay. We are going to click here. Now from format, let's again search in a similar way to get quick results. And date. So this is the one, the second one here. I can see, yes, there's the date here and then space between date and time. All right. Let me take this and save and send test request. So now you will see it has automatically given us the end date just one day after the start date, which is 25th September. So coming back to timing, again we are going to reconnect. Why? Because we added this step in between, and so to get the detail, to get the result of this step, let us reconnect. So So we will go with existing connection as we are already connected with timing. Now let us just save. And okay, we are connected back. Now in the end date, what we are going to take? We are going to take it from last step. That is where we added the time. And this is our date time. So now what will happen is it will automatically pick the end date as just 1 day after the start time. So let's say when a new entry comes in, so the start date in, let's say it is 10th October. So end date, this will automatically pick as 11th October, just 1 day after the start date. Okay. So now let's come to description and see if we got the response. That in response here from Google Sheets. Yes, here is the response. You can see post all integration videos on social media. So this is our description. So we have mapped all these details over here that were needed. Before we proceed further, I would like to tell you a quick thing about mapping. So these mapped in fields that you can see title here, start date, end date, description. These mapped in fields from next time will automatically be updated. So what will happen is the next time here, if we'll go here in Google Sheets, next time a new entry is made here in Google Sheets. So these fields in timing, you can see the title, start date, end date, description. These mapped in fields from next time will automatically pick the new data. They will automatically be updated and you will not have to do it manually. Okay. So now let us just click on save and send test request. So you will see we have received the response here. You can see the details here, the data title here, the notes are here. Then the start and end data are here. You can see these. So now let me take you to my timing account and see if a task was created over there, an entry was created there. This is my timing dashboard. Go to time entries and you will see the title videos. It has been created here. If we click here, you will see the details, that is post all integration videos on social media. So this was the description that we have given. Duration is 24 hours as we selected, here if we go, you will see we selected end date as just 1 day after the start date. Therefore, it has taken the duration as 24 hours. Now you can see here the dates that were given here, 24th September, 25th September, and the timings here, like I told you, they will be converted when we come to timing software here. They will automatically be converted as per Asia Kolkata format. I'll show you here quickly. Here, if you will see the start date and end date here, you will see the timing is 11:32 was coming. So this was as per UTC. And here in the timing software, it automatically converted the time as per Asia Kolkata zone. Okay. So this means we have successfully integrated our timing with Google Sheets using Pabbly Connect. I hope this video was helpful for you. For more such videos, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. For further queries, you can visit forum.pabbly.com and you can also check our pricing details at www.pabbly.com.